Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. I saw a post made by a Muslim. Supposedly he wanna expose me. It's funny how the Muslim kids react. He might be 50 years old, but for me he is a kid. Uh, I want to show you in here in this video. He wanna prove that Quran do not have errors, and my claim that Quran is full of false miracles and actually it is errors is completely a lie. How he want to prove that? The Muslim, they have this conference happened long time ago in the Middle East. They invited some Western scientists or doctors, and let us see what happened and show you how those scientists said what they are saying. Listen carefully.
Person is alaka. The next slide. Alaka is Surah Al-Mu'minum, Ayah 14. Then we created the drop into a leech-like structure. Then of that leech-like structure, we made a chewed-like substance.
Where we can find this verse in the Quran? Where in the whole Quran we can find that al-alaqa is a leech-like structure, and that leech is going to be something else? Where we can find it? It's a big fat lie. This is what this guy is saying. This is what they told him. They told him this is what the Quran is saying, so he is believing in it, that okay, they are honest, and this is really something, a discovery, And by the way, why the scientist himself did not convert to Islam if this is really a miracle, This is really funny. So what they did, they gave him a very false translation. You know what? I'm going to play what he did read for us as a translation. I'm going to play it again. Actually, I'm going to try to make the translation, the video big, so we can read. I hope we can. Well, I will try to zoom in. It's very small, really. But anyway, I will let him read for us what he is saying, and I will show you what the Quran is saying from the Islamic translation, but not the one they present to this man to fool him. Listen carefully what he said.
14. Then we created the drop into a leech-like structure. Then of that leech-like structure, we made a chewed-like substance. Alaka refers to a leech-like appearance, especially at about 22 days, as shown in this slide.
Okay, did you hear what he said? It's a leech. It's a leech, and this is within 22 days. I want you to focus with me, please, about the 22 days, because this is very important. So now what he based in, that this is about a leech, and this is about something will happen within 22 days. Let us see how this will match with the Quran. This is the verse he's talking about. Chapter 23, verse number 14. And by the way, we will change any translation you want, doesn't matter. You will see none of them is saying the word leech. Where is the word leech? Why all Muslims in their translating, they are translating the alaqa as a clot? You know what? Maybe this guy Mufti Muhammad is wrong. Let us go to different translation. Biktal. Biktal is wrong too? Man, this is a disaster. Is it translated to a clot? You know what? Let us go to Yusuf Ali. Maybe Yusuf Ali is smarter. We need to find the leech. This leech is very important. Yusuf Ali. Then we made the sperm into a clot, congealed blood. Then that clot we made fetus. Where is the leech? All the Muslim scholars agree with me that this is a clot, and the translation which you Muslims gave to the scientists does not exist. This is a translation of who? What you gave to this man. This is a false translation. It's just provided to him just to fool him. It's not even exist in their books. Listen, this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan, altafsir.com. You can go and you can flip all the translation they have. Find me where we can find this leech. I want to see it, where we can find it. Where? Just note in here that the translation they post in the video in the top, this is what you see, this one appearing here, was not in the meeting. This is later they added in over the video. Ask yourself, how come the translation they add in here, it says a clot, look at it. Even in the translation in their screen it says a clot. How come they give it to him as a leech when he did read the translation, but in the translation they show in the screen it's a clot? You see the liars? Even in the video they are making themselves editing after the conference, it is a clot. They give it to him as a leech, they put it for us as a clot. Liars. Now, as long, this is what the translation is saying, so the Muslim cannot play saying, I am the one is saying. This is your Islamic websites, and those are all Islamic translation. This is the Royal Institute of Ahlul Bayt, which means this is the organization of the king of Jordan himself who owned this website. Read with me. Holy Quran and your translation, or its meaning, Royal of Ahlul Bayt Institute, Islamic Thought, Amman, Jordan. Do you see it? I'm not the one is translating. So all of them, they are liars too. Not only me, brother. So the Muslim, they try to fool you, the same as they give the scientist. They give him a very false information. And look now what he said in the video. We heard him saying that this is something will transform in 22 days. Is that really what Muhammad he said? Because we have Muhammad himself explaining this verse. Let us see what Muhammad said. According to Muhammad, remember, the verse saying the first thing is sperm. According to Muhammad, this is Sahih al-Bukhari, correct hadith, book number 55, hadith number 549. What it does says, read with me carefully. Allah Apostle, the true inspirer said, etc. Everyone you is collected in the womb of his mother for the first 40 days. For the first 40 days. You are collected where? In the womb of your mother. For how long? First 40 days. As what? As a sperm. Because remember, the Quran says you are a sperm, and the sperm will transform to a clot. And then he became a clot in the other 40 days. Do you see it? And then a piece of a flesh in other 40 days. And then the story continue. Allah, he sent angels and he asked him like happy or sad, etc., male or a female. Very funny. But important here for us that you will stay as a sperm in the mother womb. In the mother womb. Listen. In the womb for 40 days. This is not my translation. Read it. And the second 40 days, you will turn into a clot. Here we go again. Even in the hadith, the Muslim translation, they translate the leech as a clot. What's wrong with the Muslims? Because simply it's a clot. It's a blood. It's a dead blood. This is what alaqa. Alaqatul dam al-mutakhathir, which means the blood which is dead. Like if you cut yourself, there's a blood will hold itself in your skin to stop the bleed. This is what it's called in Arabic, alaqa. They translated to the scientist to fool him that this is the leech. This is different, you know, this is different, the same way you say the word, but this is for an insect in Arabic, not for what the Quran is saying, just to fool people. And here, we will go with the video and see what the video he said. He said that that leech will be like this for 22 days. According to Muhammad, the sperm will stay sperm for the first 40 days. Do you see it? First 40 days, you will stay as a sperm. And the other 40 days, you are as a clot. And the other 40 days, then you will turn to a flesh.
Alaka is Surah Al-Mu'minun, Ayah 14. Then we created the drop into a leech-like structure. Then of that leech-like structure, we made a chewed-like substance. Alaka refers to a leech-like appearance, especially at about 22 days, as shown in this slide.
See, 22 days.
This is a leech, and this is the human embryo, but 23 days. I think you have to agree that the similarity.
Yeah, we have to agree. But you see, what they told this man, that this hadith is speaking about a leech. He's talking about an insect. And this is a graphic for the embryo. Is it correct what he is saying? He is not lying. But this is what they told him. He's comparing between things. He is not lying. But they told him the translation false, trying to tell him that this is about a leech. Where is the leech? It's not exist. It's a clot. It's a blood. As we saw together in all Islamic translation, you see it? You can go to any translation you want, regardless of the translator. You know, you can change really. Like you want Ahl al-Bayt, you want Yusuf Ali, it doesn't matter. And then ask yourself, who is the liar there? Because either the translation is a leech, as we heard in this video, or all the Muslim translation is false. Because none of them is saying leech. Where the leech? Why the Muslims say, why the Muslims are fooling us, saying to us it's a clot when it is a leech? Simply because that translation made specifically to fool that poor man. And by the way, he himself did not convert to Islam, so maybe he have a benefit. It's about money, but it doesn't matter really for me. So what if he's a scientist? For me, still he look innocent. You did fool him, you did lie to him, you give him a false translation, and based in that false translation he was talking. And now, as long he mentioned that for the 22 days, that embryo will look like this. This is contradict what Muhammad he said, because we showed you that Muhammad he said that for the first 40 days you will stay in your mother womb as a sperm. The second 40 days you will turn into a clot, and third 40 days then you will become a piece of a flesh. Then the creation will start to make you a full human being. Then Allah send his angels to write his word, write his deeds, because Muslims they believe in destiny, and then they say happy or sad, etc., which is very funny, because what the point of a praying or being good or bad if Allah is the one who is deciding for me what I'm going to be? So simply, it's a very stupid argument, very false argument. They try to fool people with it, based in false translation. And you know what, to make our study more clear, this is a biology department of University of IUPUI. They are showing us in here in this study how this works. You will see in here how the egg start growing, and they are showing us the timing. What's important for me right now is the timing. You will see from the first day to the last day, there is no process. It's going to be blood. Nothing will be blood. What do you mean be blood? Well, according to the Quran, the sperm will turn into a blood, a clot, actually a dead blood, not only blood. In here you will see that this is not really what's happening. This is how it will grow. This is where the location, and this is showing you how it's moved. Remember, in the Hadith, Muhammad he says, right away from the beginning, you are in your mother womb. 40 days you will stay in your mother womb. This is what he said. Is that true? Look with me. This is day number 1. This is day number 4. This is day number 5. This is number 7 to 6. This is 10 to 11. This is 12. It's so it's not what they are saying. It's a lie. Now remember, Muhammad he said that the sperm will be in the womb. The sperm itself, not the egg. The sperm will be in the womb for 40 days. 40 days the sperm is alive, doing nothing there. Like what? Singing songs? And here, notice with me that this is a fluid, and the day number 10 and 14, it's a fluid. And that fluid later is going to make what? The blood cells and germ cells. So this is later. This is where they will come from. Now, embryo start to form as embryonic disc. Is that what the Quran is saying? You know, this is what Muhammad said. Muhammad, he said 40 days as a sperm, then 40 days as a clot, then 40 days as you will become a flesh. The total is 120 days. This is false, because in here we will see, if you continue reading, in week number 4, the embryo started development. Which week? Week number 4. Remember, Muhammad, he said in the hadith that the first 40 days you are still a sperm. Now in the week number 4, which means is less than 30 days, we have an embryo, and the embryo is developing its own organ. According to Muhammad hadith, we have still for the first 40 days, sorry, we still have a sperm in the womb. Then we became a clot. Somebody will say, from where you get the word sperm? It doesn't say in here sperm. No, it does. Let me tell you why. Because the Quran says that you are first as a sperm, drop of semen will transform into a clot. You can change the translation, whatever you want. You see? So in the beginning he is a sperm. He go to the womb according to Muhammad. Here we go. The sperm is going to turn into a clot. So what the first stage? It's a sperm. Then it's going to turn into a clot. What Muhammad said, the first is 40 days, then you will become a clot. Read it. You will become a clot in the second 40 days, which means the first 40 days is what? You will be a sperm. Now, according to this study in here, this is university, those are doctors, they are saying clearly that this is in the week number 4. When in the week number 4, according to Muhammad, in the first 40 days, according to Muhammad, this should not be exist at all. He should be just a drop of sperm. Then he will turn to a clot. And here, almost we have a look of a baby, and this is between week number 4 to 8. According to Muhammad, between the week 4 to 8, we are still in the stage of a clot, because after the first 40 days, you know, is going to turn into a clot, as the hadith showing us in here. You see it? Read it. This is the first 40 days, and then he became a clot for another 40 days. Is that a clot for you, Mr. Muslim? It is not. So simply, you know, I'm so grateful actually, Muhammad, that he did explain it, because then the Muslim cannot say, oh, this is his own explanation. Because now we have Muhammad saying that, so Muslims cannot lie. And you will see in here, if you go, Muhammad, he said that he made it bones, and then he cloned it with the flesh. This is false. You see the baby. This is now in week number 40. Between week number 9 to week number 40. This is a baby. He have bones already, etc. You know what those guys are talking about? It's just a big fat lie. This is how they try to fool you, saying to you that this is really from God. It is not. It is a big fat lie, and this is how we expose you. So when you bring to us a scientist saying such a thing, simply you are not being honest. You are a liar, because this scientist himself, you fooled him. He is a victim of the Islamic deception. This is why I advise everybody to buy my book, which is called The Deception of Allah. Thank you very much, and follow with me in more videos. Thank you.